Hello, welcome to episode 44. My name is Vice Admiral J. L. Galloway. I'm your Fleet 31 commanding officer, and I'm joined tonight by my co-host, Rear Admiral Jenny Hay, and our community manager, Captain Scott Sterling. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Pickles and Dr. Pepper.
If only they would sponsor us.
I know, right? Are you trying to say my breath stinks, Kaylee?
Yes.
Too much coffee?
Yes.
Do you know what the problem is, Kaylee, when you put gum and coffee together?
I don't care.
It's like coffee. It's like gum and nope. It's like brushing your teeth and orange juice.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Actually, which would be problematic because of the fact that orange juice has acid in it. Yeah.
And we all done it. We all had
Mhm.
orange juice and go brush our teeth.
Yeah. Or
Or
brush your teeth and have
backwards.
orange juice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Not
And
sponsored, by the way.
wait, hold on. I have
Hey.
Are you even gonna give me credit for
Yes.
giving you these?
Thank you, Kaylee, for bringing those out. Kaylee's always right, according to Robert. Oh,
There you
snap.
go.
Dilly bites. There.
I'm trying to make everybody hungry.
Most of us hungry.
we all had dinner already though, so we should not be hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. We did. So, how's everybody's week been?
Eh,
Whoa.
Yeah.
a week. It's been a week.
It
Yeah.
has been a week.
Pretty crazy.
I thought, going back to my primary site would make things a lot easier, but no. But tomorrow I have to go back to the other site because ADT, or the company that's going to try to fix our cameras, knock it on.
Hey,
I'm hoping.
they finally fixed their elevator,
Oh,
and then the next day was inspection day about the elevators.
Talk about timing.
was it really though?
Because the guy comes back. That's why I had to work yesterday. So
Oh.
I didn't know. No one else know. I had to go in yesterday because the inspection people were coming in, and so my boss didn't know if they would need her for anything.
Yeah.
So and then she was supposed to go to a meeting, but she canceled that meeting anyways. It was funny because they came in and go, "Well, long time no see." It was the same people who fixed the elevator yesterday.
They did the inspection.
They did an inspection.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny if they actually failed the inspection?
we passed the flying stars.
I
flying
know you did.
stars.
I'm just saying. But,
I mean,
you can imagine those mom and pop, like backyard deal kind of things. Oh, look, you didn't pass. We'll come back out tomorrow and fix it. No, you won't. You've heard those nightmare stories in the past.
Yeah.
Or like one of the biggest things that I am a strong opponent on this. Do not take your car to like Jiffy Lube or those kind of places to get your oil changed. Either go to the dealership or go to a trusted mechanic shop.
Don't go to a dealership because they
I'm saying
are
it's better.
expensive.
Yes, they are. However, they are more trustworthy than oil can. Oh, I'm not even going to mention any names. Any of them.
Those 5-minute,
Any of them.
10-minute
Yeah.
oil change places. I saw a I guess it's like a documentary, like a
Yeah.
exposed, like in the news, those expose the company stories.
Yeah.
And they did it where they went and had a trusted mechanic come look at the oil, say that it was dirty, did something to the car to make it look like it was dirty. I don't know exactly.
Mhm.
And then they went to one of those like 5-minute or 10-minute oil change places you see.
Yeah.
And timed them, see if it was 10 minutes, and then took it back to the mechanics, the trusted mechanic shop, and he checked and go, they didn't change oils, or they changed the oil but they didn't put the right oil in, or
Wow.
they're not the right amount.
Well, I had a friend that used to work for them, and then that's why because he used to tell me all the shady stuff they used to do. And plus, every time you go in there, I don't know about you, but I don't want to hear about my air filter needing to be changed after like X amount of miles. I don't need to know about it's like just top off all my fluids. If I'm low, fill it up. That's all I care. Change the oil, change the fluids. We're good. Get me in and out.
But be careful with some of those places with topping off
Yeah.
fluids because they'll put water in your windshield wiper fluid, and that's not
what I'm
good.
saying. No, I agree. That's why I said I only go to a mechanic now. I have my own custom mechanic.
We have our own trusted.
Yeah.
They do put water in the windshield wiper fluid, but I just fill it up before I go, so they wouldn't have to do that. But it's a trusted place we go. Scott's been to it.
Read Robert's comment.
This
mean-
is true.
Get on a spaceship and then
Jump back in time.
yeah.
Hey, when you're back there, Robert, can you pick up a couple whales?
How did I know you were going to go there?
'Cause I'm
Make sure they have
predictable.
the most ironic names,
Ooh, like what? What would
Like-
we name
like-
these two?
like Grace and
George.
George. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
No, you said ironic. I was thinking more like we can go Adam and Eve.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we already have a Grace and George.
Mary and Joseph.
There you go, Mary and Joseph. That's another
Yeah.
good one. Or
Bonnie and Clyde. No, wait, no.
I'd be a little worried for the for the survival of
I'm
the
just trying
whale
to think of
population.
famous, not trios, famous duos.
Yeah, true. So, as the episode title, wow, why do I feel a little off today? I think it's just because it's been one of those weeks, like Al and Peggy, nice.
Nice.
Married with children, nice one.
Jenny and Scott.
There you go. Jay and
Hey,
Jen.
hey. Jay and Jen.
Sorry, babe.
What
Or just
what all four of us be like the J quartet?
I mean, technically, yes.
No, we'd be called There Are Four J's.
There are four
That's
J's.
true.
No, there are five. There can't be four, if anything. I'm sorry. It's the professionalism that sells this show.
Mhm.
Wait,
I guess maybe it's just me. I'm feeling a little off this week because of, like you guys are saying, the whole week has been weird. Trying to get things ready, trying to go back and forth with my work, and having a special couple snowflakes. Now the new guy that I brought on is bringing his own interesting issues. Like, can I just hire somebody who will actually do the job?
I'm so happy we're starting to hire people at my job.
You're hiring?
Yeah. And what's nice now is like we're starting to get like a full housekeeping staff again.
Ooh.
We're going back to cleaning rooms daily.
Okay.
So in the very beginning of COVID, we didn't clean rooms if you stayed with us. And then after you checked out, we wait 3 days just for caution. Then it slowly turned into if you're staying for a long period of time, we don't clean your room unless you ask your room to be cleaned. Now we are starting to clean rooms because we have enough staff and procedures are better and all that stuff. So now people who want the rooms clean can get the rooms clean.
Matt, to answer your question, we do not see you. Matt asked a question in Discord.
I felt my phone
Chase!
vibrate.
Chase, right? Retired retired gallery. Did you get your pallet of Reese's eggs? No, I did not.
We see you now.
It might be because I've never given you my address. Only person I think has my address is Jenny.
Well, Scott kind of has it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Scott can
By
have it if
proxy.
he wants it. But I'm
By
just saying.
proxy.
Even not even by proxy. If he wants it, he can have it. But I don't know about Chase. Chase would probably legitimately send me a pallet of Reese's. Then what am I going to do with all these?
And FYI, I just go, Matt, we do see you now.
All right, there you are, Matt.
Okay, back to this. I wanted to before he, starts freaking out and
Go ahead.
I have her
do himself past 10 minutes. I mean, it's not.
No,
dude.
what-
I have her address.
Matt,
funny
that's
is
not the problem, okay?
Well, no, his comments do show up on the live stream, but for some reason they're not showing here where we can see them.
Oh, okay. That is
I think
weird.
it's a slight bug, but now it's fixed.
Okay. So, Matt, it's okay to talk to yourself. I'm just throwing that out there, buddy.
Just don't argue with yourself.
It's okay to argue. So I would say when they exclude you from the argument, that's when you should get worried.
Or they
Hey,
win the
Chase.
argument.
Because
That's
of our
another one too.
because our conversation last week,
Uh
I say this just for your. I went and bought some.
oh. Why?
I say that trash just for. Well, actually, I took a picture of it too, and I posted it and tagged y'all in it.
I'm gonna go over to Scott's office. At least he's Reese's free.
No, he's
I can't even
not.
say that because I have
No, I'm
Reese's
not.
here. What?
He's not
Then-
Reese's free.
I don't see any Reese's in his office there.
Not yet.
No, Chase, I will not be eating them. I'm just throwing that out there, buddy.
It's just more for us.
But this weekend is a holiday for those who. And actually, right now it's a holiday too.
Is it?
It's Passover. Passover's going on right
yeah,
now.
religious holidays.
Hmm
Typically, I tend to forget about those.
So a happy Passover for anybody who
Celebrates.
celebrates Passover. If they can see this, I know there's a lot of restriction with technology and stuff like that during.
Yeah.
And then Easter's this Sunday, so happy Easter for those who celebrate it.
Nice.
If not, happy Sunday and happy Wednesday.
Hump day!
Hum, hum. Oh my god, that's like my favorite commercial.
I know, right?
I love that commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, Chase, I know.
What's Chase saying? Oh, sweet of
sweet.
you. Robert, I got a better question. What is good about them?
It's chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah.
No. Peanut butter I'll give you, but chocolate, really?
Chocolate's
They good.
delicious.
Chase, sorry you gotta go, buddy. Good luck with your exam tomorrow.
That's right. He's
You're long and
He's-
prosper.
bye, Chase. Yeah, he's
Bye, Chase.
working on his doctorate right now. So
Ooh,
He's a-
pretty soon I can call him Dr. Chase.
hmm
Nice. You know what's gonna happen, Chase?
he's probably gone by now.
I know, right? Mm. But let's go back to his question. What's wrong with Reese's? What is good about them, Robert?
The peanut
tell me
butter and
one good
chocolate.
thing. Chocolate's not good.
Chocolate's delicious.
Have you actually tried pure chocolate without all the stuff that they put into it?
No, I'm not stupid.
I
The
didn't say you're
chocolate's so
stupid.
good.
I'm just saying.
Just
Kind of
what?
like ranch.
Because ranch is delicious too.
Matthew.
Everything's right about Reese's. It's
Hey, are
peanut
you saying
butter
everything's
and
right about
chocolate.
Reese's, Matthew? Or are you saying everything's right about chocolate? Let's be specific on that.
Yeah, the only thing that would make a Reese's slightly better is put some nuts in it.
Then,
That's
no,
probably the only way you can eat it, actually.
No.
I'll eat Snickers with like nuts and caramel and
but there's chocolate in Snickers.
Lydia was right behind you and you did not know.
yes, Kaylee, I did not notice her. Jay might be a Romulan double agent. That could only reason he doesn't like Reese's. No, I don't
I-
like chocolate.
I agree, Robert, and you know he's wearing a red shirt too, just like
You
you're
love
wearing a red
Reese's?
sweater.
No nuts. No, absolutely nuts. Okay.
I mean,
more nuts the merrier.
Peanut butter is nuts in general.
Bad.
Have
This
you
is
have
true.
well? Have you seen this other Reese's now? There's a Reese's 5, take 5, which is delicious.
Well, they've had that for a while.
And my favorite all time right now is Snickers peanut butter. But not the crunchy peanut, the regular peanut butter.
Okay.
I love the Snickers
Are you
peanut
gonna
butter. Oh, so good.
have this?
No, Kaylee, I'm not gonna have the piece of gum.
Eat it.
No.
You want a different piece of gum?
No, I would like more coffee though.
I only can get gum.
You can get coffee.
No, I can't.
Oh, so you know how we just talk about random stuff. Today I'm working
Uh-huh.
breakfast right now, and this lady comes up and she was she was like, you could tell when you're not awake and you need coffee and stuff.
Yeah.
And anyways, I go, I think you need some coffee, and I go, coffee's behind you. She goes up there and grabs the cups and looks at it and goes, how do I make coffee? I was like, trying to keep my. I was like, it's
Composure.
already made. Because the problem was she saw the hot water we
Yeah.
have next to the coffee pots for tea. For people
Oh.
who want to make tea.
Oh, okay.
So she
Yeah.
thought you needed to make it with the hot water. I said, no, coffee.
I would
Coffee's already
totally eat
made.
that, Robert. if it was coffee.
And she goes, okay. And it's like, I don't know what's the difference between bold and medium. I was like, okay, you must not drink a lot of coffee. And I told her medium is, bold is a stronger coffee flavor and medium is a little weaker. Kind of layman terms. And I go, I found out she's never made coffee for herself. Someone's always made coffee for her.
Wow.
And so I had to help her. Like, okay, is your coffee sweet? What color is your coffee? Trying to get if she does creamer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We finally figured it out, but never make coffee yourself. Even I don't like coffee, but I still know how to make coffee for people.
So what I'm hearing is Jenny can get up early in the morning and get me coffee.
No.
But then again, Jenny's idea of getting up early is like what, 11 o'clock in the morning?
Not anymore.
I mean, when we're on the cruise.
No, we usually get around 9 or 10.
Oh, 9 10.
It really depends on what the night happens before and what we have going on the day of.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I think Scott and I woke up between 9 and 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
but
about.
didn't you guys say like 1 o'clock is usually when things start
Mm.
winding down, at least on the
Yeah.
Explorer of the Seas?
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Yeah. It had me a little nervous because we are in the promenade room, so. But then again, I usually only get like 6 hours of sleep, so even then I'd be up like 7 or 8. Right.
Go
On
up
the
one
floor
more.
cruise?
Go up
I
and comment above the comment first.
You miss so much if you don't get up at 6 a.m. All right, what happens at 6 a.m.? Because
I don't know.
You go to the bar.
Matthew, you should
grab
come on and
drinks
tell
with
us
both
what
hands.
happens.
I am sending Matthew a link.
Kaylee, are you really gonna pour me
that.
hot coffee? Okay. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Whoa. She brought it to you?
What do you want, Kaylee? And I love you.
Exactly. We
Kaylee's being
all kids, parents know when the kids are sucking up that they want something.
Yes.
Because we all done it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And we all
I
done
will
the-
admit, I've done
the-
it.
We all done the fake sleep in the car because you don't want to get up, so you pretend like you're still sleeping in the car, so your parents would pick you up.
Or when you're in deep trouble, and then you know your parents send you to your bedroom and you start crying. I'm so sorry because you want to stay up and watch Star Trek, and your parents tell you to go to bed, and it's like you start bawling, and of course you just make it a show for them, and they eventually cave in. It's great.
Now give me the coffee and you eat your gum.
Kaylee's like, give me the coffee and you eat the gum.
My God, Facebook Messenger is taking forever to find Matt's name.
I know, right?
Go to sleep.
All right, so Robert's
wrong
saying,
Matt.
tell Isaac not to make the drink so strong. Julie, your cruise director has so much fun stuff planned.
Guys, you can see Zodia on her wheel.
Is Isaac the name of our cruise director?
No,
I thought it was
JT's
TJ.
up.
Oh, JT, yeah, JT.
JT.
You can see Zodia on her
Robert's
wheel.
never been on the cruise, so I think he's just,
He's just making a joke.
yeah.
I was gonna say that's pretty bad if Robert knows the name of the guy and I don't.
No, JT's fun.
Yeah, he is.
He looks like he is. He absolutely does.
All the staff is fun.
Oh, speaking of perks right now, I don't think it's exclusively for Star Trek the Cruise participants. I think if anybody wants to participate and they happen to be in the Florida area down in Cape Canaveral
And happen to have $600
and happen to have $600 that they're just happen to be in their back pocket as pocket change, which isn't me, but
I mean, maybe your stimulus check ain't spending it yet.
yeah, I
Negative
don't want to take away from the idea and the concept because it is a great concept. I just spending all that money on the cruise, I'm not going to have the extra funds, unfortunately, to spend another $600 to have a meet and greet plus drinks with the Voyager cast.
Plus, I think it's the same night as the actual landing party too.
Yeah.
Also on that note, to be honest with you, 90% of the cast that's going to be there, you're going to see on the ship every day.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are going to be outgoing. They're the ones that you talk to. It's not going to be like Kate Mulgrew or You know, Michael Dorn, people like that aren't very outgoing. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like Garrett Wong and
Ethan Phillips and
yeah.
yeah, Eric and I discussed that at great length because it was something we were interested in. We just didn't like the timing of it, and they didn't. Last time we did a dinner with the Deep Space Nine crew.
yeah.
They actually listed 5 or 6 of the cast members that were going to be there.
Oh, okay.
See, I may be more potential to pay for something if I knew who would possibly be there, because schedule actors
Yeah.
times do change, but not knowing
Well,
it's
and also what they did differently with this Indiegogo than they did with Deep Space Nine's What We Left Behind was you gotta it was you and a guest
mhm.
Yeah.
on everything. This time it's you only, and you can get a discounted guest ticket.
Yeah.
Which I'm sorry, but if I'm dropping $600 on an event, I want to be able to bring someone. I don't want to be dropping $1,200 for me and a friend, or me and a significant other, or me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I like the idea and concept. It's just I don't think it's gonna be practical. Not so close to the cruise, and a lot of people are gonna have their money either on shore excursions, things to do on the
But
ship.
this could
Right.
be a possibility for those who can't go on the cruise,
Yeah.
yeah.
or they
Cause-
were saving money up to go on the cruise and waiting for a wait list, and they couldn't, and so they can spend some of that money on that. But
Honestly, I think it would have been better suited if they would have did it outside of Star Trek.
Or maybe in the Vegas convention.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
The
think
Vegas convention probably the best.
not so close to the cruise time, because
Right.
you're right. The people who have that money, they're saving it for the cruise.
I would have jumped out in a heartbeat if it was during the Las Vegas convention.
Yeah.
Whatever they're calling it nowadays.
Well, there's
Mission
rumors about
55,
that, but
whatever.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
Mission Tour 55. And we'll see what happens next year with it, and if those rumors come to pass, or if there's just a new direction, or we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
It's all up in the air right now. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes at Paramount and CBS with people moving positions, and they're trying to do new cash grabs and stuff like that.
Well, I can imagine there's a lot of going on right now. How many shows are in pre-production? You got Picard in pre-production. Well, no, actually not post. It's in production, not pre-production.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
that. You got Strange New Worlds in production. I think you have Discovery in pre-production.
No,
You
Discovery,
have,
I think.
No, Discovery is in
wrapped up.
production now.
Okay, it's in
Because
Because
production.
there was a video.
That's 4
of-
shows.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's 4 shows. We'll get to the video in a
Plus-
second.
Plus season 2 Lower Decks.
Post-production. No, they're in post-production.
Oh,
Lower
that's true.
Decks is.
They are.
And Prodigy's in post production.
And Prodigy, yeah. So we have all these shows coming, which is kind of why I named tonight's episode. I know Jenny originally named it Pickles, but I renamed it We Need More Star Trek. Even though it's only been maybe like a month and a half, going on 2 months, it feels like a long drought. And that's probably because there's not a lot to watch right now on TV, and a lot of that's because of COVID last year. So other shows that would have been occupying my time aren't occupying my time currently,
You know
with
what's
the
really weird
exception
about
of Walker.
Well,
watching shows now is like you can tell that it was during COVID, like severe COVID times,
Yeah.
because things are more spaced out. And I was
Well,
watching The Price is Right at work, and now they don't have an audience. They literally come from the stage, and they're on the stage with the little Price is Right thing, and they
Yeah.
don't get to do any of the little flip things. Drew Carey does all the little flips and stuff.
Oh, he does?
They do get to spin the wheel. That's the only
Okay.
thing they're allowed to do.
Do they have to wipe it down after each turn?
I don't know. It's it's TV magic, so
Yeah,
probably.
TV magic. Yeah, probably.
but honestly, that's the other issue with COVID happening this year. Everyone's caught up on TV series from past.
Oh, like right now, Paramount Plus announced earlier this year that they're releasing the first season of Discovery because they didn't have enough content
Hmm.
onto CBS itself,
Yeah,
which I probably would have started with season 2 myself, and they went back to 1. Because I think right now season 2 is probably the best season of Discovery.
Yeah, but if
I
you're-
love
But-
season 3.
but
Don't get
if
me
you-
wrong.
They're doing two smart things. The smart thing, one is, yeah, they need to fill less space because they don't have any good shows right now. Two, now they're going to get people hooked on it if they watch season 1. Then they're going to go pay for Paramount Plus.
Mhm.
Right. And if you have not watched season 1, you don't want to jump into season 2.
That's true.
Because then you're,
You don't know what's going on.
exactly.
Yeah, Robert asked a question about what rumors are in Vegas. I know we've discussed this on a few occasions. Has Robert not been on during those times, or is he just messing with me?
I
Or
don't
maybe
think
he
he's
just
been on.
forgot.
Oh, so there are rumors going on because they're not calling the convention, Robert, Star Trek Las Vegas. It is being
Because
called
CBS
the 50.
is not longer creation. We should get with that first.
Well, we don't exactly know the official reason. We've heard rumors that they're no longer affiliating, but like I said, we don't really know.
I thought they announced that they were no longer affiliated with CBS.
Have they?
I could have sworn I saw that, but
I thought I saw it too.
Okay, then we'll say that. Yeah, according to CBS, they're no longer affiliated with this series. But I don't know why they have to take out the word Star Trek then, because still, 55-year voyage.
I think it's due
but
to
it
their
did say
contract
Star
deal.
Trek. It's just a 55 mission.
Yeah,
We just
55-year
and we
mission.
know it's Star Trek related.
Actually, it doesn't say Star Trek at all.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
but we know it's related to Star Trek because it's the 55-year mission.
Essentially, what was going to happen is 2020 was going to be the year that they decided to either renew their contract or not.
Yeah.
And because we didn't have a CVA 2020, they're allowing them to have one more in 2021.
Well, I honestly, what I think is happening is the contract came up, and they're because they don't have a contract with licensing deal with CBS anymore. They are changed the name of the convention so that they're not in violation of licensing.
And there's rumors. This is the rumor part, Robert, that Reed Poff is gonna get the contract.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Yeah. So you won't be seeing things like this anymore. My guess will probably say, instead of having Star Trek over here, I'll probably say something like 55.
Yeah.
Maybe they can get their security straightened out.
I hope so.
That's another
So
story.
I'm so bitter about that I'm gonna bring it up.
All of us
every chance.
are bitter about that
Yeah.
because they've affected everybody at every level.
Yeah.
This is a problem when you hire people who don't know how to run a convention because
Well,
they're
and
not
then
convention
I was
security.
told that the hotel hired those security people, not Curation.
Mhm.
But yet Curation, I guess the Curation, that security company, didn't talk with each other.
Wow. Caesar's
Okay, I guess
Entertainment.
I'm missing what happened.
Oh, you don't know what happened with this? Oh, I don't think I
thought we
told you.
Okay.
Okay, so in Vegas in 2019, you know how all you really need is your wristband
Right.
to get in through all the places.
Wristband on your wrist.
Yep.
You don't
Sorry.
need, you just need the wristband. You don't need that. That was for collective though, because they didn't do that for a while. Remember one year they did not do the necklace.
You need one or the other in the past.
Yeah,
Right.
most
Right.
of the time they wanted the wristband. They didn't want the necklace because you can or the lanyard because you can pass it from person to person. Now,
Right.
granted, you can pass the band, but it's harder.
But they wanted the lanyard to prove for your seating in the main theater.
No, because your
No.
band is colored.
Because your
for it.
band is color coded.
Yes, but
You couldn't get into the theater. You couldn't get past the front gate without having your band and the thing.
Yeah, you
Well-
couldn't even get past that.
when I was the last 2019, I only did one day. But in previous years, Eric and I were captain's chair.
Okay.
And when we'd go sit down in our seat, if we were spread out because no one was there, and someone came in and complained about us being in their seat, security would come over and say, "We need to see your lanyard to prove that that's the seat you're supposed to
Okay,
be."
yeah, like that makes sense. You can have it on you, but you don't have to wear it. Like you don't
Right.
have to prove to the door.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just get in.
But yeah, if you can, I had a general mission, so it didn't matter. But
But
So
see,
two
that
things.
still upsets me because unless somebody's saying that's their seat, what does it matter to security? And why is
Yeah.
security going to go to their time and waste? Like, oh, are you an A5 and A6? or whatever the seat number is. I'm just making up a random number,
Yeah.
right? It's just a waste of their time.
Yeah.
They have
Well,
better things
This
to
is what
do.
happened.
well,
Okay.
I
Sorry.
have a story about that.
Please. And then we should address Robert. No, go ahead. Tell your story first.
When Eric and I went to the 50th, okay, we had a seat. We had an issue where a woman in one of those electric carts came up. We were sitting in her seat. Her seat was next to me.
Okay.
She went and got security, and security asked me to move over. I said, "Sure, I'll move over." I mean, why not? If she would have asked me, I would. She started complaining that she didn't get put up to the front because she had an electric cart, and that's the whole reason she wanted to get security was so that they would give her special access to the front of the stage.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but we need to figure out how we can
Wow.
control these electric carts at STOV, because they're everywhere, and I've gotten ran over by them.
Mhm.
They're in the hallways. They're down the aisles. They're everywhere. And I get it. People have mobility issues. I understand.
Mhm.
But they need to find maybe a special handicap session for those people in each row, because it
Well,
gets
most
really
of-
annoying.
Most of them I see them on the side. I don't
Yeah.
usually see them in the middle. But then
Well,
again, I don't usually do copper and captains. So
The biggest problem with them is they feel they're entitled
Yeah.
to be bumped up to closer
Or
to the
push you
stage.
through the crowd.
Yeah, because they're an electric scooter. Okay, so for those that don't know, I live here in Vegas. Since the casino's reopened, we've had an issue with them on the strip, with everyone and their brother renting them, not people that need them. I mean, one night I was walking on the strip with some friends, and I was behind 15 of them.
jeez.
Jeez.
And then every 5 seconds they'd stop, they'd all get up and they'd start dancing. And then they'd get back on and drive and then stop. And no
Did they have a camera? Or are
Huh?
these like YouTube stars having a
No.
camera and just playing around and
no,
video? Okay.
no camera. They were just messing around.
Okay.
But you couldn't get around them.
Yeah.
Because they were taking up the entire sidewalk.
Wow. So yes, Robert, the 2016 was also bad, but that one was the first year. I'm a little more forgiving. The first year they knew they were gonna. It was sold out. What was it like? It sold out on Christmas Eve, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
Something like that, yeah.
That's the one. Like I remember. Usually, I try to wait. When it comes to the Star Trek cruise, I paid way in advance, right? Because I make the monthly payments. But Star Trek Las Vegas, or 55-year mission, whatever now you want to call it, I usually waited till tax time to pay for my tickets. I just paid for it everything in once. I bought everything because usually it's the best time for plane tickets. I just usually pay it all out in one lump sum.
Mhm.
But that year, we got an email notification saying, "Hey, tickets are going fast. You better get yours now." And then that first round went and came and gone, right?
Yeah.
And we were literally, I think, like the last people to get it at the 250 level, at the $250 mark. Because you remember, then they came back and said, "Oh, look, we found more general admission tickets for $330." And then, of course, a lot of people got upset, like, "No, this is BS. Why are you increasing the?" So they agreed to drop it back down to 250, and then next year they jumped it to 330 and spent that much ever since.
Mhm.
But in retrospect, in 2015 when I went and I had general admission, it was only $150.
Yeah.
For 4 days.
Well, I understand 2016 why, but
yeah. But like I said,
now
we all have our stories about 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was still a fun year and a lot of great
it was
things.
still a good
but
year. It's just security. I didn't get to tell the story what happened
Yeah,
about
go
the
for it.
security. I I just had my band. I didn't have my lanyard because
Nice,
you
Robert.
only need your band.
Yeah.
And so when I was going to the into theater, she goes, the security was like, "I need your lanyard." I was like, "No, you don't. You don't need your lanyard."
Yeah.
She was like, "No, you don't." I was like, I was trying not to be a Karen, but I was like, I've gone to many of these. I know I just need my wristband. And I walked past her. I was like, "Screw you. I'm walking past her."
Yeah.
And I went sit down.
I was right behind Jenny. Yeah, we went and sat down.
The freaking security officer went and got her manager and pulled me off to the side and told me that I should not do that. And then I was like, let's go talk to Creation. And suppose the next day, I was like, let's go talk to Creation. Let's see what they want.
Yeah.
I walked over there, and they're like, no, all she needs is a band. And then behold, the next day, you just need your wristband.
And
I
I've
remember,
talked-
yeah, because you were mad. I saw the
Oh,
video
yeah.
that you did on that. You were pissed. And then the next
Well,
day,
and
you're like,
And I talked to one of the volunteers that we've gotten to know over the years, to
Yeah.
see, technically you're supposed to have both, but we don't enforce it because a lot of you guys cosplay and we know you guys, so that's why we just let you guys use your band. And that year,
Because-
you hadn't
is it the
transferred.
Tribble lady?
Security.
Is it the lady who usually guards the Tribbles? That's the person you know?
No. It's the guy that's
Oh,
usually up front. He's bald, kind of an
Oh,
older
that guy.
gentleman.
Okay, I know you're
Yeah.
talking about. No, I know the Tribble lady.
Oh,
The
yeah.
lady who always says the Tribbles. She's fun.
Yeah.
What always sounds like someone in security had a hard on for trying to enforce rules that didn't exist,
Mhm.
or
Because-
rules that thought should exist.
Remember they took away the lanyards one year because they didn't need them.
Well,
then
let's
people
also
got
look
mad
at.
because it
Remember
was a collective item.
That's true. Remember though, this is also the same year where they had the shooting at the Phoenix Comic Con.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the reason why security was brought in the first place was try to protect people. And they were probably said, hey, if somebody doesn't, their briefing probably was, hey, if somebody doesn't have both, stop them. Clearly, they never communicated with Creation. And from what you're saying, it sounds like, Caesar
And
Entertainment
if
brought
you-
them,
if you need
not
both,
Creation.
They should have told us that. Sorry. If they need
Yeah.
both, Creation should have told us at check-in.
Yes,
Hey, you need
Or an
both.
email.
You don't have to wear it, but have it with you. Because after that, I just tied it to my backpack, so I had both with me. But
Yeah.
they should have communicated that this year, because we're trying new standards or whatever. Email,
I agree.
a Facebook message,
Mhm.
something,
Yeah, something.
a sign
Sign that. That would have been nice.
that people don't read anyways. Wait, sorry, that's work.
No, you're absolutely right. People do not read signs.
There
I
is
got the
this-
best line from work. The guy's like, which sign would you like me to read? Now, my smart ass response to him was, all of them.
There's this meme. I don't know if I can find it, but there's this meme that said, "Tell me something that customers never do." And somebody put, "No matter how big the sign is, they still won't read it,
Agreed.
This is true.
even though there's 4 of them in front of the doors when you walk into work. They still don't see that you have to wear a mask still on my property."
Wow. I think somebody should do just to be funny. Somebody should put a sign up there that says, "Hey, for free $50, go up to the reception and say, I hope you're having a great day," or some silly little comment for $50 coupon.
So there is people who
They still won't read it.
have done signs where they put on their free, and then it's like free when you when you return your keys in, you get a paper or something like that, but they put free in big letters so people can read the sign because they see free and they want to know what's free. Then I realized it wasn't a free anything, it was just the eye catcher. It's pretty good.
How about some?
We are being charged.
You put free on it, and then please read the other signs.
Wow.
So back to the real reason why I was.
Oh, yeah,
inviting you. You miss so much if you're not out of bed by 6 a.m.
I want to know because Jen and I will probably be up at 6 a.m.
Oh,
even if we're going to bed at 1.
you go to the Windjammer.
Okay, go to Windjammer at 6, Jen. Why aren't you
Mm.
listening to us right now, live?
Wow, way to call her out.
Wow.
Yay.
She's my wife. I
and
love her.
And starting from 6 a.m. to about 8 a.m., all the celebrities come in.
It's true.
Okay, so Windjammer at 6. Sorry.
All the celebrities come in and eat. And if you're sitting there, they will ask you to if they can join and whatnot. I've had breakfast with many of the celebrities because I was up that early.
Okay.
You weren't just up. You just didn't.
Scott
go
and I had lunch with John Delancey
Yeah, but that's lunch.
and,
That's not
and
breakfast.
dinner with some others.
Yeah.
That's lunch and dinner. That's not breakfast.
True.
Yeah, I wonder how many people will tell John Delancey, "Shut up, Q. We don't have time for you right
well,
now."
you heard the story that I was carrying soup on a moving ship and almost ran into him.
I heard that.
Mhm.
You horrible person. Did you
I
at least
was
ask for
watching the soup. I wasn't watching where it was going. I was making sure I wouldn't
Never
spill the
watched-
soup.
Never watch the liquid. The more you watch, the more you spill it.
True.
True.
This is true. So you know what would happen, right? If you would have spelt it, you should have played it off smoothly. Like, hey, can I get your autograph?
But you go to bed at 3 a.m. and you get up at 6 a.m. to maximize.
Why would I want to go to bed at 3?
Because that's what time all the parties end.
Yeah, no. Scott and I go. We leave the party at 1.
After party.
After party?
After parties.
Man, I'm not 20 anymore. I remember those days. Actually, I was just joking with a coworker today, actually, about that. How much we've changed over the years and how I'm no longer the same person. Because I used to be pretty wild and rowdy in my younger years. And we were talking about the Marine Corps days. And how actually, Jenny, you know, because I was sharing videos with you earlier about it, and how this lady was really making me laugh. So I have a lot of respect for people who work, right? I really do, and I know that they're going through a lot. The people who do cruise lives, I understand that they have a hard job, they work long hours, and they get very little pay. I respect that. I absolutely do. But to listen to these guys complain about how relationships work in a cruise ship and how they're so much different than everybody else, because and then then they're complaining because there's no privacy on a cruise ship. It's like, you know what? I was in the Marine Corps. People who go to college, they know the same thing. They live in a dorm. All those people, there is no such thing as privacy. Period. When you're in
Jay,
the service,
I like you so much until you told me you were a crayon eater.
hey, we like our crayons. Sorry, Matt. You're just jealous because I keep stealing all the crayons from you. That's what it is.
Yeah, I want my crayons. So I can
When
color.
I'm done with them, you can have them back.
That's if you get them back.
Scott, don't help. You're
They're
not
gonna be all
helping my
slobbery.
situation.
I mean, I don't know if you want them back after they've been processed.
They're all slobbery and bit into. And, no.
Fine, I'll buy you new ones. How about that?
So I need to
You don't
buy
need those.
Matt's
What?
and Crowns, and I need to buy Jace and Reese's.
How about we buy Matt Reese's and we buy Jay crayons?
I mean,
Yeah, Jay really wants to eat some crayons.
Mm,
He misses.
I've had worse. I've had worse.
oh, Scott and your mother.
Oh, thank you for joining us tonight, Mrs. Sterling.
Hi, Mom.
No, we haven't actually discussed that yet, but we are more than happy to discuss that right now. How hot is William Riker or Thomas Riker?
Definitely a 3.
Which one?
He's a 4, 5. He's a 5.
Oh, he's a 3.
Thomas or Will?
Oh, they're twins.
Will. I don't like Thomas.
What do you? Wait, what?
Thomas
Jenny?
is evil. He looks like an evil.
He's not evil. He's
Yes,
just
he
misunderstood.
is.
No,
He is
actually, he's
evil.
not.
He's
He is
evil.
not evil. No. He was just trying to. He's no different than Tom Paris in that aspect.
He's evil.
Think about it. No, he was just trying to identify himself, find out who he is. How would you feel one day if you woke up and you were the copy of Jenny Hay, the original Jenny Hay? How would you feel in that situation?
Can I have a copy of myself?
Yes,
Right?
You do.
I
How
need
would
to go,
you feel if you had a copy of
I
yourself?
usually need to go in one more places.
It'd be awesome.
Eh. Well, think about it. It's like you had the hot girl. Your other copy, Jenny, would have the hot guy, Scott, right? You'd have to find somebody new.
But see, I'm talking about Thomas and DS Space Nine evil, not in TNG evil.
He wasn't evil in Deep Space Nine.
Yes,
He was just trying.
Yes, he
That's
was.
no, he wasn't.
He was.
He was trying
What was
to
he
steal
trying?
the-
No. What makes a villain?
Just
I'm
devious
just-
plans.
Devious plans. Okay, Scott, what makes a villain?
devious plans, like trying to steal the Defiant.
Matt, what makes a villain?
only looking out for themselves, no one else.
Thank you. Matt, hit that on the note. We'll get to your two
But
devious
I
plans.
did
hang
not
on.
call. No,
Hang
no,
on.
I did not call Thomas Riker a villain. I said he was evil.
Okay, so no, because he was the villain of the week, right?
But I did
We-
not say that. I just said he's evil. I
But
did
we're
not
going to
say
go
he's a
into
villain.
this. You're saying
No,
what
you're
makes a
trying to
person
push it
evil?
on.
No, well, you're saying what makes him evil is the fact that he's devious, right? Would you agree? His devious
Well,
behavior is why you
yeah,
don't like
'cause
him
he
and
tried
he's
to take
evil.
over the Defiant.
But why? Why did he take over the Defiant?
Oh my god, it's been a while. I forgot the episode.
I gave you a
Uh,
hint. It's the same reason Thomas Riker did it. It's the same reason. What's that security officer's name? Mr. Eddington did it.
Well,
All three
Eddington's
have
evil
similar.
too.
3.
Again,
Thomas Riker,
three different people.
Who's the third?
Thomas Riker, Mr. Eddington, and I just said the other guy's name. Tom Paris. All have the same reason. All three of them have similar stories of why they joined the Maquis. The Maquis is not
Yeah,
an evil
true.
organization. So I'm surprised, Jenny, since you're in Texas. I'm surprised by your comment on this, because the fact that Texas says that they're not part of the United States, but they are part of the United States, and they're always threatening to leave the United States. Well, that's the Maquis for you.
No, that's
No,
bluster.
hang on. I'm getting there. I'm getting
No.
there. The Maquis.
You
No,
can't,
then.
you can't
Oh.
compare the Maquis to Texas. Texas is
Well,
nothing
absolutely, I
but
can.
bluster.
I'm
The
trying to
Maquis-
compare it.
No, the Maquis are nothing but they're a terrorist organization.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the senator of Texas?
We're not going there.
We're not going there.
Mm-mm.
We're
No,
going
we're
there.
not going there. But you're talking about terrorists, right? I know. I'm not saying that every person. No, my whole point behind it is the Maquis, depending on who you ask, are they terrorists or not? I will argue that they're not terrorists.
They are terrorists.
They are terrorists.
No, I would argue they're not terrorists because the
Just
simple
because they have
fact
a
is
noble- just because they have a
the
noble
Federation gave their homes away that were part of the Federation as part of a treaty.
Okay, what's any different than what Mexico did with New Mexico or Texas area?
Or California. You forgot about California too.
But I'm just saying, treaties like this happen all the time.
Yes. And what happens in those treaties? The people who live in those places get very upset, and they have the right to defend themselves?
Okay, let's use Guam.
Guam, okay.
Guam is a territory of the United States.
It's a protectorate, yes.
Yeah.
It's not a state within the United States, but it is a protectorate of the United
Right,
States.
that's why I said territory, not a.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I like to use the word protectorate because of the fact that it clearly defines that, yes, it's its own entity, but it's still under the protection, just like Japan's under the protection of the United States.
but they're not a protectorate.
No, they're not. They used to be, but then they got that removed many years ago. Was it like the 60s, 70s?
Yeah, I think it's 70s.
It was in the 70s, yeah, that they switched from a protectorate to their own independent, but we still offer military assistance and service to Japan.
Because Japan's not allowed to have a standing military.
Well, they have I think they have a Coast Guard.
They have a security force to protect their local waters, but they cannot have a standing military.
Yeah, but but Guam at some point could also be in a similar boat down the road. We don't really know what's going to happen with them. I mean, or they could become part of the United States. We don't really know. Like same with Puerto Rico.
But it'd be in Puerto Rico's best interest. But
yeah,
but we're not going.
Agreed.
We're not going.
No, but my whole point behind that is like the Maquis are former Federation citizens. They're not Cardassian citizens because the Cardassians aren't going to accept them, so they're exiled. What choice did they really have? They don't want to leave their homes. Both sides are just claiming them, So those people, in my opinion, have legitimate beef. Now let's go back to the three people I'm talking about. They all have similar stories. They all did it for the same stupid reason, because they're trying to make a name for themselves. Did they actually believe in the cause? In my opinion, no. Not a single one of them did. And Thomas Riker, to get back on my point, Thomas Riker only did it to differentiate himself from the Will Riker. Oh, Will Riker would never do this, so I'm going to go and do this so I can make a name and be a hero. Major Kira in that episode said, no, you're not a terrorist. You're trying to be a hero. And then she said the most beautiful line I thought was great. She's like, terrorists don't get to be heroes. And that's the whole point I was trying to get back to on this is. Now, the reason why I do like the story, and again, I think it's, this is also the 90s, so I give it a little forgiveness for that, is the fact that they're making these villains, you can see the other side of the whole story. They're not, are they truly evil? I would say no. Are their intentions in the right place? Definitely not.
Okay, but you make the same argument. Are Muslim extremists noble? In
No.
their own mind, they are.
Yeah, in their mind and probably in their cultural beliefs, yes. From
So
our cultural beliefs, no.
just because you view things differently than they do doesn't mean they can't be labeled a terrorist.
Yeah,
They're
it
a
could be.
terrorist to us.
Yeah, and Riker technically is a terrorist. You're absolutely right. I'm not disputing that. I'm just disputing the fact that I don't think he's evil. He did it for his own personal reasons, and they had nothing to do with the movement of the Maquis. It had nothing to do with restoring balance in the area. He did it for his own personal belief and for his own personal gain. He didn't do it for a noble and righteous cause. None of them did. Tom Riker, Tom Paris, and Michael Eddington didn't do it for any noble reason.
Eddington did it because he was looking for another wife.
Well, no, he just like the other two were looking to be the hero of the story. You learn in For the Uniform that Michael Eddington loves Les Miserables. I think that's how you pronounce that. Les Miserables. He loves that story so much that he wanted to be his own hero. He wanted to be the Robin Hood. He wanted to be the guy to save the day. He fell in love with a dream and a vision more than he actually wanted to help the Maquis.
Well, and if you look at that episode too, that's where Sisko basically goes and from good to slightly being evil back to good because he basically pulls an Eddington to get Eddington to stop what he's doing.
Well, yeah, he does a lot of bad things in that episode.
Uh-oh. Matt?
Don't worry, she is a married woman.
I guess I'm flattered.
Wait. Why does your dad not have a beard then, Scott?
I don't know.
You should get on this, Scott. Like, Dad, grow a beard.
I did notice that Matt looks like he got a haircut.
Yeah, he did. Nice. Looks nice.
Thank you.
Grand Nagus Matt.
Yeah. Grand Nagus Matt, yeah.
No,
but that's as far as I want to go on that topic. I mean, it's just that's what makes a good villain a villain, though. It's like when you can actually relate to him, even in like the Marvel movies. I could relate to Thanos. Thanos didn't feel like he was messed up in the head, absolutely, but he felt like he had no choice, and the universe needed to be balanced, and the only way to balance it was to create mass genocide. He actually gave a weak, but he gave an interesting proposal of why it should be. And then you could tell when he had to kill his own daughter that it generally hurt him. But it was for the cause, the righteous cause of it all. And it wasn't up to him; it was up to the universe. And when he snapped that fingers, yeah, I mean, that's what makes these villains so great. But on the same token, I guess maybe in some ways I kind of miss the old formula where villains were so two-dimensional. And I love how the fact that Deep Space Nine kind of made fun of that, like about Les Miserables and about the Hunchback of Notre Dame and the heroine and the villains are both two-dimensional. It's like you clearly know who the villain is, you clearly know who the hero is, you clearly know. But the beautiful thing about stories, and especially nowadays, is it's hard to know who's the hero, who's the villain.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, look at Discovery. Discovery is a great example of that. L'Rell started off as a villain, and she became she's not really a hero, but she's a heroine type.
A good more good person.
Yeah, I would say heroine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she'll do what's in the best interest of the Klingon Empire, even if it means helping the Federation, which she did in season 2. Minor spoiler.
Okay, we already talked about season 3. If you haven't seen season 2 yet,
Well, we
then
haven't really talked about season 3. We skimmed
Okay,
the
we-
surface.
I'm sorry,
We
but
did.
it's been out over a year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably talk about season 2 at some point too.
but I mean, anything that's been out over a year, there's no spoilers.
Or it's already on DVD.
Yeah.
Which I haven't, by the way.
That's what. So that's my like protocol is if I go see a movie, I give people at least 2 weeks before I mention anything about it.
Ah.
Because 2 weeks you should be if you want to see the movie and if you don't like if you want to see the movie and you're worried about spoilers, you would go see it. If you don't
Agreed.
see it in 2 weeks and you get a spoiler, then that's your own fault because you had 2 weeks to
Well,
go out and do it.
Well, in all interest and fairness onto that, Jenny, like today, the new King Kong versus
Yeah,
Godzilla
something
came
came
out.
out.
Mhm.
Now, 2 weeks I think is being very generous because how am I supposed to avoid social media for the next 2 weeks because I haven't seen it yet because I don't have HBO Max or I don't want to pay the $20 to watch it on my thing.
That's
Right, but that's
not
your
our problem.
yeah.
I know, absolutely, and you're absolutely right. But on the same token, I'm not going to say, "Hey, Matt, Jenny, Scott, you can't talk about this because I haven't seen it yet."
That's just me for being respectful.
I know, it is respecting too, but it's like I'm agreeing with you. After like 2 weeks, it's kind of hard because somebody's going to talk about somewhere you're going to get spoiled on it. So your only option to accept it. But
Because no
here's
matter
my
what
spoilers.
you try, you're going to get spoilers
Yeah.
if you avoid. You have to avoid everything. Like literally, you have to avoid the TV and your
Well-
phone and your computer because there's going to be
Yeah.
spoilers out there.
But
Here's
even
why
if-
spoilers don't bother me. Go ahead, Matt. We'll let you start first, and I'll go on.
I was just to say, even if you do avoid, doesn't mean you're gonna miss. Or I mean, sorry, even if you try to avoid, doesn't mean someone's not still gonna spoil it on accident.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, here's why spoilers don't bother me because it's your interpretation of a movie. I can guarantee you, all four of us could pick a movie and we could talk about what we thought what we interpret from it, and I'm pretty sure all four of us will come up with something different.
Well,
Because what I see may not be the same way you see it, Jenny, or the same way Scott or Matt
but
sees
spoiler
it.
as in like big moments, like in Avengers, the very end of that movie. You know, that's a big spoiler. Even though it could be, I see it different, but you know that half the crew dies. You know, like
Whoa! What are you talking about?
whatever, Matt.
Well, which part are you talking about? Are you talking about the actual ending, part 2, or are you talking about the ending of part 1?
In part 1, not the end game.
Yeah, the end
But-
game was the one that a lot of people should talk about because it's like, whoa. And then
That was the hardest keep secret. Well, part 1,
Mhm.
the very ending of that was really hard to keep secret because that's a huge cliffhanger, huge moment.
Mhm.
in
Not
it.
sure who survived and who actually
Mhm.
died.
But
See,
then,
for me, that one
but then
bugged
you
me.
go into the movie theaters to go see the next movie, and I go to a movie theater that has like fun props so you can take pictures of before you go into like the new movie.
Mhm.
And they had jars of sand that you could take pictures with at the people who died.
Were they labeled? Did
They
one
were
say-
labeled.
Oh, I would have loved that. That would have been funny. I would have loved that.
It was I almost said oh god, when did that come out? I should have a photo of it somewhere on my
Yeah,
Facebook.
Probably.
2018.
I love Alamo Draft. There's Alamo Draft House is a place I went to.
Yeah. Then you got that new show, WandaVision, with
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't either.
But you got to sit through the first 3 episodes before. It really
That's
takes-
what I've heard. I heard that the first 3 are kind of hard to watch.
And Falcon Winter Soldier takes off like a bat out of hell.
That's another one I want to see. I just haven't been in the right mood to watch them. You know, you have to be in the right mood.
I just want to wait and see what happens with WandaVision, and I also want to wait and see what happens with the Winter Soldier because it's not the first time that Hollywood's gone away from what the comics have said on the shows, but their choices on casting makes me wonder, like, why did you select it this way? Well, it's just as critique as when the reimagined of Battlestar Galactica came out and they made Starbuck a guy, or from a guy to a girl. But then after I started watching, I'm like, this is pretty cool. I like
Mhm.
this. At first I was a little like, why are we doing this? And then when I saw the character and how Katie Sackhoff played, I'm like, yeah, I like this. I can get behind this. I can see a pilot, being a little cocky over the top, because not everybody's the same. And she kind of had that military mentality, it's like, oh, I don't really care. I'm just here because I have to be here. Commander loves me. It doesn't matter what I do because he'll always get me out of trouble, because that's literally what her personality type is when you first meet her, and then he's like, Starbuck, how do you hear the rain? Or what do you hear? Nothing but the rain, sir. Yeah, that kind of
Mhm.
like. So you can tell there's a kind of a connection between them. And like I said, that's what I liked about it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I like the way they were doing Starbuck. The one I thought they kind of could have done more with it would have been Apollo.
Oh, I
Yeah.
found
But
it.
he stopped being a pilot. He started being a lawyer and everything else, and they kind of like went completely left direction. Made him CAG for a little while. It felt like they just didn't know what to do with the Admiral's son. Here we go. Oh, nice, nice. Nick Fury. Oh,
Right? I think that's the only two I have. Yeah, but
oh my god.
2019.
Oh wow. Alamo Draft House Seminar, nice.
I love Alamo Draft House. But yeah, I saw that. I found it, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
April 27th, 2019.
Mm.
Apparently on Facebook now, you can do a search function.
Oh.
I'll have to
Okay.
check that out later. No, it's just, like I said, I'm just curious to see where they're going with this series. WandaVision's one that kind of threw me for a loop, like, because when does it take place? Is it in
Oh,
between
yeah.
the events? Is it right after the events of
And
Endgame?
WandaVision takes place about 5 weeks after Endgame.
Okay.
And then
But it's their own
Falcon,
little bubble world?
yeah. Falcon
Yeah.
Falcon Winter Soldier takes place about 6 to 8 months after Endgame.
Okay. So probably during WandaVision at some parts down the road.
WandaVision's over. It was encompassed in about a 2-week period.
But aren't they going to come back for season 2?
Yeah, but if they do season 2, it's going to be a completely different plot.
Oh, okay. So one of those kind of types, like Once Upon a Time, not Once Upon a Time, the one that CBS had, now Paramount has, Tell Me a Story.
Kind of.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that keeps playing right after I watch Discovery and I let the credits run. It always picks that as the next video to watch.
Well, Danielle Campbell is one of the main stars on that. She
It's
does
just
an
weird. If
interesting
all
story.
things to pick from, it chooses to pick that.
Mhm.
Well, the thing about it is it's loosely based on fairy tale stories, right? And like I said, the Danielle Campbell character is one of the main stars of it. And then, like, the first season, she was a victim. Second season, she was slightly the victim. Then she became like the abuser, and then they told a different story.
Yeah.
So, what was the first season? Little Red Riding Hood? And I
Yeah,
forgot what the
like I said,
second
I just
season
thought it
was.
was interesting. After I watched Nice Star Trek, I get
Yeah.
creepy horror.
So
Yeah.
now when Loki comes out, it's
Oh,
going to
that's
be
right. Yeah.
Loki's having his own movie?
Mm-hmm.
a TV series.
So, yeah.
TV series.
Yes, and it's
wow.
going to be more of a detective style series.
I don't know if I can get behind that. A detective
How?
Loki? Is he going to be on Asgard?
From without giving away too much, he's not on Asgard. He's going around from parallel dimension to parallel dimension
Mm-hmm.
and figuring out how to stop himself
From doing things?
from doing things. Yeah.
Why would you want to rewrite the timeline? That's always a bad idea.
It kind of it's talked about in the movie or the TV series why he has to do it.
Mm.
He's required to do it.
Oh, so it's like penance
Yeah.
that he's paying? Okay.
So and then so WandaVision was kind of like play on sitcoms and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. Yeah.
Well, I saw a few of the trailers, and I saw that. That's why I was kind of like really surprised by it. But then I was told that it wasn't really a sitcom; it was her own interpretation of events going on.
That
Versus,
is giving
yeah,
too much away
yeah,
for spoilers. You need to sit down and watch it. It's only like 9 episodes. You can blast through it in a day. Now, Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's more of like a action TV series.
okay. Robert says Loki leaps from life to life, putting the right what went wrong, hoping that one day he will leap home. Quantum
Not
leap.
quite. No, not quite. And then we're going to get a Miss Marvel TV series.
Is it going to be the same lady who plays Miss Marvel currently, or Captain Marvel?
Okay, Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel are 2 different characters.
True.
Okay, Miss Marvel is Afghani teenager.
Mhm.
I believe she's Afghan.
Has that been confirmed? Because they change characters all the time. That's what I was mentioning earlier. Because like the new Captain America, or not, yeah, Captain America is supposed to be black, but it looks like they're casting him as a white guy, which is fine as long as there's a reason.
So okay.
So, like I said,
Okay.
they always make changes all the time, and I'm not trying to bring race or religion into it, but I'm just saying.
So Miss Marvel is a new Marvel character within the last 10 years.
Okay, but it's in the comics, right?
It's in the comics. She is, and her culture is a big part of who she is.
Because I saw with comics about 15 years ago.
Yeah,
so I'm not current.
Miss Marvel is an Inhuman that has powers to stretch, and she takes her name because she idolizes Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then they're also doing Hawkeye this year, which is going to be Hawkeye's training his replacement, Kate Bishop.
Welcome back, Jenny.
Sorry, guys.
It's fine. Okay, then I'm actually interested in that idea. Just curious to see what they do.
And now, going back to what you said about Black Captain America, there was a Black Captain America in the 60s.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it does happen.
I'm hoping, like I said, the new series would have done something like that, because don't get me wrong, I do like our superheroes, but I wouldn't mind seeing a colored person, like a Mexican, Latino, Asian, of an African American. I mean, somebody. I would like to see more diversity.
Well, speculation is that at the end of Falcon Winter Soldier, Falcon takes up the mantle of Captain America like he does in
that would be awesome, because I could totally see him being. Yeah.
So that's speculation.
But you've watched it, so you know for sure.
No, it's only on episode 2.
Oh, it's only okay. So at the end of the whole series, you're saying?
Yeah, there's 4 more episodes left.
Oh, okay. And this is on Disney Plus right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Man, I watched this new show on
we're
Disney
watching
Plus,
Disney tonight.
and I didn't know there was just one episode out. It was the new Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah.
Is that based on the '90s TV or movies?
It's a continuation.
Yeah, continuation, kind of.
Oh, with Emilio Estevez?
Yep.
Or somebody else?
Emilio's in it.
Oh, okay.
And
only one episode out so far, which I didn't realize that. I hate watching one episode because I gotten so spoiled of having the whole season out and finish it in a day that I didn't realize it just came out. So now I gotta wait a whole week for the next episode.
I will say this, according to IMDb, we will be getting some of the original cast from D1 and D2 back in the series, but not all of them.
Yeah.
Now, okay, the question I have now, since this is a continuation story, are they taking it seriously, or are they doing like they did between 2014 and 2000? Well, I would even say as far as 2012 to 2016, where they do the god-awful reboots like Baywatch, for example.
No,
this is taking a little bit spin. It's a little different spin. It's not.
So it's more like Cobra Kai, where it's still campy, but it's taken a little more seriously, and fan love.
I
Okay,
don't
let
want to ruin it for anybody because it's
Let
just the
me
first
No, no, I'm just
episode.
asking. Is it like fan love? Because have you seen
Yeah.
Cobra Kai?
yes, it's fan love.
Okay, it is fan love. Okay.
But when I'm going to put it, I'll put it this way. Emilio Estevez has turned down 43 different attempts to reboot Mighty Ducks until this one.
So it definitely sounds like the Cobra Kai series because William Zabka and Ralph Macchio did the same thing too. They kept turning
Eh.
down script ideas.
Yeah, this has potential to be a decent one.
But the thing I like about Cobra Kai, and I kind of talked about Chase, and we're not going to go into it too much tonight, is there was a new angle, a new story. The reason I mentioned it, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to go into that, but is the Mighty Ducks one, do they have a new angle and story too, or is it just like a complete continuation? Like, oh, 30 years later, we're still at it, we're still doing this, or is there like a
It's-
new angle to the story?
Well, great. There's only one episode out, but I think it might be a slightly new angle, but kind of the same story.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it because the first episode gives a lot away of what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously, because you're going to have to on the first episode, right? You need to set up the people, you need to set up the scenario, and so that I think that's to be expected. Hopefully,
This is your warning.
I'm listening.
By this time next week, if you haven't watched it, there might be spoilers.
Mhm.
Fine, I'll watch it. Disney's starting to
Good
get
way to
good,
put it.
Jen.
And then on April 28th, I'm so excited.
Oh, it's just my wife's birthday.
Yeah, that's it.
Jenny's excited for your birthday, Jen.
Not because Handmaid's Tale is coming out. No.
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's
yeah, my
Tale.
wife. She's excited about that too. She is.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
Ah, it's such a good show. It's so messed up. It's so good. I know. It's very messed
Hi,
up.
Howie.
It's so good. Hi, Howie. We got like 12-ish minutes. I mean, sorry. I can't add in my head. 14 minutes.
Oh, so we got to go soon because you got to go to bed early.
I have to get at work at 6 a.m.
Wait, I thought you were a graveyard person.
I have now moved to mornings.
Depends
And
on the day.
And then on
Right?
the weekends, I do graveyards.
That's an awful schedule.
Yeah, that's why we keep telling her and we keep trying to help her offline, saying, "Hey, have you looked for a new job yet?" And she's thrown us some out there for us that we've seen, and Scott and I have offered feedback on them.
I'll throw it out there. Las Vegas is desperate for hotel people.
I don't think Scott wants me to move to Vegas. Baby, you want to move to Vegas?
Hmm.
Just think how much money you would save going to Star Trek convention every year.
That's a good idea,
This is
Jen. Can we
true.
move to Vegas?
If the convention's going to be there.
You know how many people, you know how many security jobs are in Vegas? We could totally
So-
become supervisors.
So
in
if I
Vegas.
come there, I can just stay at your house, Matt.
It's so hot.
Well, if you don't mind sleeping on the floor because I don't own a couch. But you're more than
Sure.
welcome to.
That's insane.
Sure, I'll
My
sleep
wife's
on the
trying to
couch,
argue right
Lord.
now that it's too expensive to live in Vegas.
Why?
We're not going to live on the Strip.
What do you mean it's too expensive to live here?
Yeah, bro.
My wife's saying it's too expensive to live there because I think Matt
What are you
would know
talking
how
about, like-
expensive it is.
You can live in those hotel rooms for really cheap right now. Those
I know,
hotel
right?
rooms are extremely cheap.
Because how much is it? Like when you think about rent, what is it like a daily? Like 22, 30 bucks a night that you're paying for your apartment?
Well, let's see. I have
Well, I can find out right now how much I'm paying a night for my apartment. Pull up my calculator.
Are we?
if you break it down by day,
Well, if you take the total amount divided by 30 days, I am paying $30 a day for my apartment. That I could pretty much stay in a hotel for that price.
well, the
I'm
apartment I live in
totally kidding.
is $40 a day.
Yeah.
For a 2-bedroom apartment.
So a little more. But then
Yeah.
again, the only reason my rent's so cheap here is because of the fact I've lived here since 2011.
Mhm.
I think the current rate is a lot higher. What did they say the current rate was, Jen?
Well, and you're also paramilitary too, Jack. That
No,
They
I'm
take
not
that
getting
into
any
account.
discounts for
oh, you're
military.
not? Okay.
No. We are technically considered in a low income housing area which I'm surprised they honestly haven't kicked us out because now we're both working. But I think we're right below that $80,000 line, so we still qualify for the benefits of having.
You can live. You can live nice out here for $80,000 a year.
Well, it also depends, how much is the minimum wage in Vegas and how much are the jobs. So, like Jenny was telling me, like there's a big difference between Oregon wages and Texas wages.
So minimum wage out here is $8.75 if you have health insurance, $9 if you don't. That's going up 75 cents in July.
Are you the only state that does that? Because I've never heard of a state doing that, offering insurance. You get less, and then if you don't have it, you get more.
It's a two-tier system. Some states do it, some don't. No.
Oregon doesn't.
No.
That's what I hate about all these different states. Is like there's so many different rules about payments and jobs and how and then when I worked at Old Navy is a California-based company, so we had to go follow the California guidelines along with the Texas guidelines. In California, every 5 hours you have to take a lunch break, a 30-minute lunch break, and then every 8 hours you got to take an hour lunch break. But in Texas,
there's a lot.
There is no limit.
Yeah, there's a lot of different rules. Well, one of the biggest ones is like if I wanted to move to Texas, what I'd have to do is get a job with the company I'm working for directly, be like a process tech, and then transfer to Texas, and I can keep my wages. Versus if I didn't do that, then I would get paid whatever the process tech would get paid down there, which would be a lot less.
Well, I will say there's a casino chain here in Las Vegas.
A casino chain in Vegas? What are the odds? I'm sorry. I had to go there. I'm sorry.
That pays $11.50 an hour. But they also pay 100% of your health insurance.
Oh,
$11.50 an hour, and you get 100% of your health insurance paid.
Yes, and that's $11.50 an hour.
That might be worth it.
$11.50 an hour is the bare minimum. There's a lot of positions that make more.
No, I'm just saying $11 an hour. Yeah, I could get a part-time job for another additional $4 and work a 12-hour day and then go home.
Yeah.
My wife's like, no, thank you. You don't want to make $11 an hour and get full health benefits?
I don't want roast. You want Cheez-Its?
No, Kaylee, I don't want Cheez-Its on my head.
Yeah, the only downfall about living out here for people with children is our school systems are the lowest in the country. But there are programs out there that are better out here.
All right, yeah, so we could talk about this all night long, but Jenny, you need to go to bed soon.
I do.
So we can talk about this a little more offline. And then
for people that can't cook, you said that yourself.
My daughter said for people who can't cook, eat Cheez-Its. Okay.
You said that yourself earlier to Jenny and Scott.
Hey, I lived on Cheez-Its out in the
That
field.
was eating Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its are awesome. All right, guys, let's go ahead and say goodnight to everybody.
I see grass and Cheez-Its. I'm not grabbing Cheez-Its.
I'm totally grabbing Cheez-Its. I live long and prosper.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Bye.